How you doing? Why don't you have a seat right over there? So you've got a big afternoon planned, huh? Why don't you have a seat right there, please? What's going on? Find the place okay?
Yes, sir.
Why don't you have a seat right over there, please? What are you up to tonight?
Just driving around.
Just driving around? Hey, how are you?
Pretty good.
Why don't you have a seat right over there, please? What's up?
I'm looking for work and stuff.
Looking for work and stuff.
Yeah.
So what are you up to? A little shopping day planned this afternoon?
Yep.
Yeah? And who are you taking shopping today?
Natasha.
Natasha.
I was going to meet her. That's it.
Meet who?
Your daughter.
My daughter.
Yes.
What makes you think it's my daughter? Well, I'll tell you, for the last several days, you've been up to a lot. You're a pretty prolific chatter there. Where exactly were you going to take her in that truck of yours?
I was just going to take her around, just see certain places, just talk to her.
Like where? You talk about taking her out to buy sexy bras and panties and thongs. And how did you meet Natasha?
Met her online.
Online.
Yes.
I take it you're a virgin.
No, sir.
Not you. I'm reading from the conversation between you and Natasha. I want to blank your brains out.
Yeah,
I can't help it.
There is...
I mean, is there any other meaning for that? Well, you made the decision to walk in here.
I know, sir, but I wasn't going to do anything. I swear.
That's not what it sounds like in this chat log. And why did you think it was okay at the age of 34 to come visit a 13-year-old girl home alone? So you took a day off to come over here?
Yeah.
So you told them you had something else to do?
Oh, who?
The people at your office?
Yeah, yes. Oh.
Getting your ass kicked.
Yeah.
So you wiped it away. Now, does your boss know that you are online chatting with 13-year-old girls?
I'm sure they don't.
No, I need you to sit down, please. Did you bring condoms today? Well, why even come over here? What was the biggest blank you have had? She says she's only had one. Well, help me to understand. I mean, do you have a compulsion, an addiction to the internet? Do you send pictures like that very often?
No. Hey, I know. It's jailbait.
Jailbait. You weren't going to do
No.
anything?
No.
Well, who are you here to see? Why should I believe that? What made you drive into this driveway and walk into this house?
I'm just asking for directions, like...
Oh, so you're lost?
Yes, sir.
What are you doing here today? What do you think your stepdaughter would think about this? What were you going to do? Why'd you do it? Did you bring any condoms? Do you ever watch Dateline? Now, you know that's against the law, right?
Yes, sir, it is.
You've seen this show?
Yes, sir.
So you know exactly what's going on here?
Yeah.
You know who I am?
Mm-hmm.
You talk about taking her out and buying her some boots.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
It's just shopping, period.
Shop.
That's it.
So you just found a 15-year-old girl online, decided you're going to buy her a pair of leather boots that you want her to wear 24 hours a day, you say right here? How is that lesson going for you tonight so far?
Not too good. I do believe you can be friends with a 15-year-old and maybe go out and go bowling or something like that.
But that's not what you talk about here. You don't talk about going out bowling or just hanging out or mentoring this 15-year-old girl. You talk about having sex with her in great detail. It sounds like you sure wanted to based upon this. I can't control my horny level.
And I was lying.
You were lying then or you're lying now? Now, do you want to start the story again?
What do you mean?
Tell the truth. That was a lie.
Sorry about that.
Why did you lie, Thomas?
I don't know.
Why don't you put them on the table?
I always have them.
You always carry them right here in your breast pocket. But for easy access? But that's not how you made it sound online. No friends who are your age on the internet came over here to meet this girl and magically a therapist sat down to help you through your problem. Well, do you ever watch television? Well, there's something I got to tell you. I'm Chris Hansen, To Catch a Predator. Did you ever think you'd actually be on To Catch a Predator? Well, this is the part where usually I say, I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, you remember that part?
Yes, I remember.
And then you remember when these guys come out, the cameras come out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I say, if there's anything else you'd like to tell us,
No, that's it.
we'd like to hear it. Otherwise, you're obviously free to walk out the door you came in. So if there's anything else that you'd like to tell us about your situation, you can walk right out the door you came in. I mean, you've been chatting with this girl for a month. Well, why do you think I'm curious about all this? All right. Well, why don't you go ahead and I hope you get that help. She told you she was 12 years old, and you came over here planning to have oral sex with a 12-year-old girl. Do you think this is funny? It was a big old joke to you. Well, I'll tell you exactly what happened. Well, that's not consistent with what's here, page after page after page. Why even enter into this discussion with somebody who says they're 14? A grown adult, a sergeant in the Army, coming over to meet a 14-year-old girl. I have it all right here, so you might as well just tell me right now. You talk about being cautious. She says, why? You say, you know, sex with a minor is called rape. You're not trying to tell me that you didn't have this conversation.
I typed this.
You typed this. So if it's not okay for your 14-year-old daughter, why is it okay for you to do this with a 14-year-old girl? That doesn't make sense. So what made you decide all of a sudden to do it now? Getting married to her. Getting married. She's 13.
You know,
You just said you were going to take her for a ride in the truck.
if she wanted to go, man, if she wanted.
How do you think a girl's father would feel if a 40-year-old man took a 15-year-old girl for a ride in a truck?
He'd be upset, right?
And he'd be justified, wouldn't he?
Oh, yes, he would.
Well, how could you expect not to get into trouble by setting up a date after a sexually charged conversation with a girl who said she was 14? How could you expect not to get in trouble? So if you're doing the interview, what would you want to know most? But you kept talking anyway. You know, that's against the law right there. A man of God, as a rabbi, trying to meet a 13-year-old boy. And you sent pornographic pictures through the mail. Okay, that's a federal offense right there. I'm looking at the transcript, so it's best not to lie, okay? Just tell me the truth. Yet you did it. What's in here is sex act after sex act after sex act. Talk of sex with multiple people. Talk of stuff that's way out there, quite frankly. Dogs. I mean, who shows up at a home where a 13-year-old boy is alone? She tells you that she's at a summer camp. I gotta go to a bonfire. You know she's a child.
I'm serious.
How do you expect me to believe that? You know, I hear that all the time. I'm sorry, it doesn't matter. What had happened? Chatting, you're sitting in this kitchen naked, John. That's a step beyond chatting, isn't it?